Okay, evening ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through here this evening. Last day of November. Hey, do you remember when that clock said 90 on it? Now it just says 0 and it feels like it's been 5 minutes. Can't believe it. Last day of November. From tomorrow we're in December and 2017 is finished. Unbelievable. Fortunately, we do have the rest of the future ahead of us, and that's what we're doing here at DuePoint. And tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing here at DuePoint, how we see ourselves as part of the future of South Africa. Firstly, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life insurance company. You can find all of our licenses and certificates on the wall next to the front door on the way out. And of course, you can find everything about DuePoint online. You will always find us on the JSC's website under Conduit Capital, the Financial Services Board's website. You can look us up, see all of our licenses and associations. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number over there. We want you as well to be confident to the team that we are dealing with, that will be dealing with you here at DuePoint. We've been put together because of our different skill sets, but mainly we are here to work and facilitate with you. You'll get to know us well over the next couple of years if you do join us at DuePoint. Our task is to make your job easier and to, of course, help you facilitate the process of the DuePoint system that we have here. Importantly, though, this is a homegrown South African company. You're always going to be able to find us right here at our head offices, Monday through Saturday, just about every hour of the day. We're here from about 6 o'clock in the morning. Actually, the first of us walks in, the last of us walks out about 9 o'clock at night. So you're always going to be able to find us here. And that's important in this context because we see so many companies coming and going these days. You want to know where we are, and we are right here. That's me, Brendan Benfield in the corner. I'm the senior executive here and the founder of the division. Here's Tim. Tim heads up our finance. We've got Stacey, you saw her outside. Stacey assists him in the finance and compliance. We've got Jane, who is our direct selling expert. And then we've got Rob over here, who we don't really know what he does, but in time we'll work it out. He does our design work for us, and he helps me do the presentations here at DuePoint. But as I said to you, the most important fact about us is that we're here, and we're here for you, because we have two objectives here at DuePoint. Our primary objective at DuePoint is to put into the hands of South Africans a tool that they can use and control that will create reliable and stable income in their hands. The economy and the environment that we find ourselves in these days is an environment where we do not have any control over our income. If you're full-time employed right now, you'll know somebody told you how much you're going to earn in that job and what increase you're going to get every year. You've got no say over it whatsoever. Is it going to be 3% this year, 6%, 10% this year? Who knows what it's going to be, but it's not going to be as much as inflation. Inflation at the moment, if you take the basket of goods and you actually pull out the stuff you're spending on, not the basket that the government puts together so it looks good, just pull out the stuff you're doing, you'll know that your inflation is closer to 17 to 20% per annum on the things that you're buying. Now, if you get a 6% increase and costs are going up at 17% per annum, there is a gap. There is a gap between what you're earning and what you're spending. And we're hoping that we can use this tool to fill this gap instead of the debt that we've all been using our entire lives. Right now in South Africa, we're absolute experts at debt. It fills the gap in every possible way in our wallets. We've got debt for absolutely everything in our lives, and it's crippling our own personal economies. We know this. Every time there's some special, we don't buy it with our own cash. We go and buy it with the bank's cash, and we get ourselves deeper and deeper into debt. We want to get ourselves out of that. We hope that this tool that we've got will help bridge the gap between your earnings and what your expenditure is, and maybe in future even take you beyond that. Our hope, as Rob always says, is to create a debt-free society here in South Africa. Now, our second objective, ladies and gentlemen, is to create a different kind of financial services company. This is the 21st century. We want a different kind of relationship with our customers. We want to be able to directly connect our customers to the heart of our business. We want to be in communication with you on a regular basis. And we want you to be able to, through the process of being connected with DuePoint, become more educated about the financial services market, understand it better, look into the mechanisms and the mechanics of what's actually happening in this industry. With those objectives put together, we create what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is simple enough. It allows you as an individual to contract with us as a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task, the task of connecting people to DuePoint. Not selling, not advertising, not presenting, not advising, none of those. The task is simple. Just connect individuals to DuePoint. As you connect people to us, you create for us new market penetrations, new channels of distribution into which we can come as DuePoint and facilitate the purchase of our products. When we do that, we create revenue for ourselves, and that revenue translates into a recurring extra income for you. We do not want to make income here that is here today, gone tomorrow. In DuePoint, we want income that you can rely on, that's stable, and that's possibly even for a lifetime. That is what we're trying to create here. We don't sell products here. We don't force you to buy boxes of things and sell it on to your friends and store it at your house. Here, we use financial services and lifestyle products. These products run on automatic debit order systems, which means that in the months when you're on holiday or the months when you're extremely busy and cannot run to your friends to sell to them, no problem. Our debit order systems raise automatically, and your income is therefore recurring and stable and something that you can rely on. It's the cornerstone of our system. We layer that with your ability to leverage others in this system. Other people have a little bit of time, like you have a little bit of time, and if you can gather up enough of them, you've got a whole lot of time to be building an income and a success here at DuePoint. We know that you're busy. We know that you haven't got a lot of time in your lives. And therefore, it is imperative that you can leverage others in building this so that you can be building a business, as Rob says, on a 24-hour-a-day basis. While you're sleeping, there are people awake connecting people to DuePoint and building your business. This is therefore not an employment contract. This is a tool we're going to put in your hands, and you're going to choose how much you want to use it, when you're going to use it, and how you're going to use it. This is not an opportunity to hire people or recruit people or sponsor people. That's not what we do here. Not at all. We just equip you. Folks, there is no risk in becoming a wealth engineer. We have worked to design a system that does not create financial cost for you. In most of the other direct selling systems, as you know, you have to come along and buy the starter kit, buy the starter manual, pay the entrance fee. Well, there are none of those things at DuePoint. There are no costs for application forms. There's no monthly fee or admin fee or sales fee or anything like that. There is no financial cost in becoming a wealth engineer. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no extra premium to you. It also doesn't require any specific educational qualification. Because you're not brokers, because you're not representatives or giving advice or advertising or selling, because you're not doing any of those things, you don't require any specific regulatory exams or qualifications or experience to be a wealth engineer with us here. It's for everybody to be a wealth engineer at DuePoint. You build real assets here because you create recurring income. Not this kind of here today, gone tomorrow stuff that we see all the time, but real, reliable income. You now have something that can be priced, and when you can price it, you can sell it. And it will outlive you, like all assets do. It's going to last longer than you live. And when that happens, it's passed over to your children. And the income that you've created during your lifetime is now an income that they earn. They can even choose to grow that channel that you've left them even further from that point forwards. This is the kind of generational legacy that we're trying to achieve here. In South Africa today, we don't do that. We don't hand positive asset things down to our children. We give them our debt, don't we? That's what we leave behind every time. We want to change that here. Intergenerational assets is what we want to try and produce here at DuePoint. Folks, I'm going to remind you again, if you've all come in late, please put your phones on silent for me. I'm getting like a chorus. It's in 3D surround sound all around me. Turn them on to silent or turn them off for me. You are broadcasting your ring out around the country. So unless it's a very good cell phone ring that everyone should hear, let's put it on silent for me tonight. Folks, this is a system of complete convenience for you. We've tried to eliminate all the things that we're embarrassed about when it comes to direct selling. Firstly, the selling part. The selling part is completely eradicated in the DuePoint system. You do not play any part in the sales transaction here at DuePoint. That is our task as DuePoint. Your task is simply to connect individuals to us. You do not ever present. You don't have to get a venue. You don't have to stand on stage. You don't have to get qualified. There's only 2 of us that ever do the presentations. And through our technology, we're able to be in your pocket any time of the day, anywhere in the country. Yours is a simple task. one that does not lead to embarrassment or financial loss or any of those things you might be concerned about. It is something that should work perfectly in your particular set of circumstances. Now, you've got to connect people to DuePoint. There's 4 ways, only 4 ways of doing that. The first way is you can purchase one of our USB sticks at our information counter. It's 170 Rand. It's got our presentation on it, and you can plug it into a smart TV, computer, or laptop, and there we are doing the presentation for you. Or, if you live in Gauteng, you can bring people here. Monday through Saturday, we do these presentations. Evenings, lunchtimes, mornings, you name it, you come here and we'll do the presentation to your people and those that you want to connect to DuePoint. The third way, the most important way, the number 1 form of connection to DuePoint is through our YouTube channel. You search DuePoint on YouTube, you'll find our channel. It's got every single presentation we've ever done on it, including this evening's. And you can click the play button any time of the day, anywhere in the country, and there we are doing the presentation for you. Someone asked me the other day, is it in low quality? No. Everything goes out here in 4K. You can download it in 720, in 1080p. You can do it in any one you like. It's surround sound. It is literally broadcast out in the highest possible quality. There we are, ready to do the presentation for you at 11:59 on New Year's Eve. I'll be there, ready to do it for you. Christmas morning, Boxing Day, it doesn't matter. We're there. You click the play button and you can be connecting people to DuePoint. And then the fourth way of connecting people is through our live streams. Every one of our presentations is broadcast out live across the country. And so if you know when we're going to be broadcasting, whether you're at work, at home, at church, in a coffee shop, it doesn't matter where you are. As long as you've got a screen and an internet connection, you push play, there we are live in the room with you. So that's the 4 ways you connect people to DuePoint. As you do that, some of the people that you talk to are going to want to become wealth engineers. When they do, we allocate them to you and your channel is born. These people go out, they do the same thing. They're going to connect people to DuePoint. Some of those people are going to want to become wealth engineers, and again, we allocate them to you. And this process repeats itself over and over time, especially as you pour energy into your channel. Once you've created this new channel of distribution for us, this penetration into the South African market, we come along as DuePoint now. We do this, and we facilitate the purchase of our products into this new channel, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note, folks, is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And that seems to come as a big disappointment for most people. We always thought it was a warning, then we found it was a disappointment. People are out there desperately looking for ways to get rich quickly. Folks, there are none. There are none. Unless you are connected at the highest levels politically and in India, there are no ways of getting rich instantly. Folks, every one of the genuine ways of getting rich takes time. That's the price you pay at DuePoint, is time. We actually take time and convert it into income. That's what we do here. And so the more time you pour in, the more income you will produce. The less time, the less income. It directly links back to you. You will put the energy and effort in the thought and the perseverance, and it will create the success for you. But it will take time. Those of you who are willing to put it in, we reward you in 2 ways. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand for every product payment in your channel. Now, I'm very specific about that. People seem to forget about it. They think it's people. So I bring 10,000 people to DuePoint, you must pay me for the 10,000 people. No, we only pay for products, okay? Remember, you can't make money out of air. You have to make it out of something. So for every product in your channel that is paid via our debit order system, you earn 27.50 Rand multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So for instance, you run out, you chat to a few of your friends. These are your friends and acquaintances. Some of them want to become wealth engineers. You introduce them to us. They become wealth engineers. They make their product payment. You get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. These are people you introduced. 55 Rand. For every product. If this person takes more than one product, well, then you get 55 Rand times the number of products that they have, which means it could be 110, it could be 165 Rand per person, not per product, you see? And so we look at that number and we go, that is 21st century money. It's not 5 Rand, 1 Rand, 12 Rand. I've seen all of this other stuff. It's 55 Rand, 21st century material number for you. These folk go out, they talk to a few more people. Some become wealth engineers, not all of them, some, and they make their product payments. Again, you get 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. Second point, 55 Rand. You've been here for 5 minutes. There's a handful of people in this example, count them up, and you're already earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. It's not material, but it's not life-changing, but you feel it. In the DuePoint system, with a little bit of effort, you start to feel it. If you want to really start changing your financial position, you've got to start putting the time and energy and effort in. As you do, you earn on a reducing basis, but only to the 8th point. From the 8th point onwards, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment in your channel where you qualify to earn. Go to our YouTube channel, watch the training video, understand how to qualify to earn. Now, I say that every night, but nobody ever goes and watches it. I know this because the guys come back, we do training with them, and they're like, I have never watched that video. Guys, it's a 6-minute video. It explains the entire system to you. Go and watch that 6 minutes. You will understand how your earnings potential at DuePoint is unlimited. Unlimited. Your ability to grow your wealth here at DuePoint. You can build a channel as big as you want, hand it over to your children. They can continue to grow it to any point, and as long as they qualify to earn, they're always going to get 4% of R27.50 from the 8th point onwards. Generational legacy is what we're trying to achieve here. Now, practically speaking, what does this translate into? Very difficult to know. Every one of you is going to build at a different rate. Many of you are never going to build. Not because we chuck you out or not let you build, but because you'll choose not to. But for those of you who do choose to build with the DuePoint tool, with the DuePoint system, we've had to work out some averages to give you an idea of what you can expect to be earning at DuePoint, because you're all going to choose. Some of you are going to do it fast, some of you slowly. So we took 20 years of data, and we calculated a conservative growth formula that we call the 3+2 growth formula. As a new wealth engineer, you have to put 3 people in your onto your first point in your first month with us if you want to follow these milestones. You don't have to do 3+2, you can do anything like. As Rob says, most of you will be part of the 0+0 club. Okay, but some of you will be part of the 100 plus 100 club. You know, it's up to you. But our conservative growth formula says 3 people in your first month. You've got an entire month to put 3 people on your first point. It's very conservative. And then every month thereafter, you have to put just 2 people on your first point. But you have to put 2 people every month. You can't put 2 people in your first month and then take 3 months off. You know, it's 1 every 2 weeks. If you can put 1 person into your channel every 2 weeks, persistently over time, then we believe that after 6 months, you should expect to be earning around R2,500 a month. That's consistent, it's stable, it's reliable, potentially lifetime income. 30,000 Rand a year that you've added to your household income. None of you are going to quit your jobs to do this business. None of you. This you're going to add to your lives. You've just added 2,500 Rand a month to your lives. Now, if you can persist to 12 months, okay, if you can form the new habit, put the energy in, see the long-term vision of this business, and work 12 months, 30th of November next year, you can reasonably expect to be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year you've added reliably and stably to your household income in 12 months with us. If you can do 2 years, you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year in 2 years with us. If you can do 3 years with us, you can reasonably expect to be on about 45,000 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 a year. Can you do 4 years with us? Because if you do 4 years, you should be on around 60,000 to 65,000 Rand a month. You've had to be persistent. You've had to persevere. You've had to put the time and energy in to put +2, +2, +2 every month in. But 4 years down, you're on 720,000 Rand a year. This is well beyond the aspirations of most people. Well beyond it. But most people get stuck in those first 3 months because they want a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, a get-rich-quick scheme doesn't make anybody rich, otherwise none of you would be here. You'd all be in your yachts in the Mediterranean, okay? There is no such thing. But genuine income-earning opportunities can get you there if you are willing and able to put the self-discipline in place to endure the time and to put the effort in. 4 years in, 5 years in, half a decade. And we believe you can reasonably expect to be somewhere around 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. That puts you in the top 35,000 people in the country. Top 35,000, and you've done it in 5 years. Okay. Now, there's a whole lot of different ways we can look at this. First of all, it doesn't stop at 5 years. This thing keeps going. So if you're young, you can put 40 years in here. What would this look like if you'd built consistently and persistently for 40 years? What does it look like? That I'm going to leave up to your imagination. But can you do 5 years? For most people, they can't. Which is odd, because how many years have you spent in your employment? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 40 years? How many years? You go back there every day. to that job, that keeps you poor. It's not making you rich, is it? It's not like a stepping stone up to being rich, is it? No. It's keeping you poor. It keeps 99% of the population of the earth poor. Only 1% is wealthy, is it not? The job is not designed to make you wealthy. It's meant to just cover your costs. Just cover your costs. And that's all that it's done. But you're willing to go back there. You're going to go back there tomorrow. And you're going to go back there on Monday. You're going to do another 80-hour week. Pouring your time in. But when I talk to people about this, I say, no, Brendan, I don't have time. 5 years, I don't have that time. I'm too busy. I go, yeah, you're too busy being poor. You are. Oh, you're not. All of us too busy being poor. We have to start changing the way we think about making money. Other people say, Brendan, no one will ever earn this much. Well, we've got people earning this much already. And we do like to look at people on the ground. So we bring out a handful of people. People earning just a little bit, medium, some earning lots. If you go to our YouTube channel, you'll see them all there. But this month's selection, we got Nick and Shani. Nick and Shani struggled in the beginning. Nick lost faith. He had spoken to everyone. They'd all said no. They then discovered he'd only spoken to 13 people. He then got back on the tracks again and carried on. Okay? A year down, full-time family, full-time jobs. They now earn an extra 50 grand a year. 50 grand a year, extra cash that they have. Hobby money that they have. Now they're getting serious. If you look at this curve, it's curving up faster and faster and faster. Then we've got Jack DeLom of Witbank. Started about 10 months ago. And in the period of 10 months, he's built a channel worth about 8 grand a month. Now, I said it would take a year to get to 9 to 10. I think in the next 2 months, he's going to be there. On track with the mathematics. Okay? That means if he can make 9 in 1 year, he can make 27 in year 2. Every month, reliably and consistently coming in. Then we've got Don Landon. Don Landon, Port Elizabeth, joined us a year ago, but for the first 6 months did nothing. That's typical Port Elizabeth, I think. You let it settle in first before you do. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, 6 months in, he decided it was time to get active. And in 6 months, between the middle of the year and the end of the year, he has created a channel worth 11,000 rand. I said you should be on 2,500 rand a month 6 months in. You should be. He's on 11. Okay. Then we got Matlat Letsona. Matlat Letsona. There we go. Matlat Letsona. From the Free State. From the Free State. That's a tricky one. For anybody, that's a tricky one. She's from the Free State. 6 months ago. 6 months ago she joined us. And in 6 months she's created a channel worth 11,500 rand. 11,500 rand. Now you can go to our YouTube channel. Go and see all the people. Some earning a little bit, some earning a lot, some earning somewhere in the middle. You've got people earning 60 grand, 80 grand, 100 grand. You've got people earning 700 rand, 3,000 rand, 8,000 rand. Go there, look them up. We've got thousands, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people earning at DuePoint. We've taken a handful, showed them, let them give their testimonies, and they're all recorded on YouTube for you. So that's the first way you earn here at DuePoint. The second way that you earn at DuePoint is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program is our training program. It's how we teach you about everything about DuePoint and the financial services space. Through a series of steps and programs, we develop your experience here, and we reward you with XP points, experience points. They're just points, they're not worth rands and cents, but as you accumulate them, we can measure how experienced you're getting here, how successful you're getting. One of the programs we're running right now until the 15th of December, guys, is for every guest you bring to the head office from nowhere, no matter where in the country, if you bring them up here to a presentation between Mondays and Fridays until the 15th of December, you get 1,000 XP per guest. That's huge in this program. You still got 15 days. 15 days, it's 1,000 a day. If you bring just one guest, that's 15,000 XP you can have by the middle of December. So guys, take advantage of that from the 16th. It's back to normal. Folks, as you complete the programs, gain the XP, naturally your channel is going to start growing. Where you meet the 2 criteria in our channel. You have enough XP and enough channel size, we rank you up in our training program. And when we rank you up, we reward you. We reward you in the beginning with a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more serious, the cash gets a little bit more serious. And then at around about rank 5, we start to equip you. We equip you with tools that we know will help you grow here at DuePoint. At rank 5, we give you an imported Lightning memory stick from the United States. Plugs into every single electronic device. In South Africa, it's filled with our presentations, downloads, testimonies, tools, everything you need to connect people to DuePoint with. At rank 7, we give you an imported set of business cards, gold gilded, gold printed, imported, worth 12,500 rand for the set. That's what we give you. Now you've got a tool that no one else in the country has. No one has got business cards like this. When you hand it to people, their eyes water. And they want to know what you do for DuePoint. Go and take a look in the glass cabinet if you want to see what a 12,500 Rand set of business cards looks like. Folks, at rank 9, every year that you maintain your channel size, we take you and your family away on a 1-week holiday, 5-star, all expenses paid, for the rest of your life. Now that's pretty exciting. That is pretty exciting. But none of you are rank 9. You're all rank 0. So you can't get too excited. You've got a long way to go. But everybody at DuePoint who perseveres and puts the time in and doesn't quit goes rank 9. It's one of the two guarantees we give. If you do not quit and you continue to persevere, you will go rank 9. The reason being, you do not have to requalify every year. This is not one of those ridiculous things that you hear out there where every year you start at 0. No, this is an accumulating system. Whatever you do in the next 31 days of December is what you're going to start on the 1st of January. Whatever you do next year, even if you don't make rank 9 next year, is what you start on in the year 2019. You will ultimately all go rank 9 if you persevere in growing your channels here at DuePoint. And when you do, and you maintain your channel size every year you do, we take you away. Every year. Now we're going on the 27th of December. 2 business class planes full of rank 9s are coming away with us on the 27th of December. So you can see we're not even going on some like winter when it's cheap. You know, we're going over New Year's Eve when it's extremely expensive. Okay? And it's going to be amazing. We're going this year to one of the finest hotels in Mauritius. Next year we could go somewhere else. But every year we'll take you away with your family. So now you need to ask yourself, the price of time. Are you willing to pay it? Is the prize big enough? This is just the cherries in our training program. What about the financial freedom you've built through our returns program? Remember the 27 Rand 50 per product? What about that? By the time you get to rank 9, you have both. You have both. Is the prize big enough for the amount of work? Well, I'm going to let you decide while I show you pictures and video of the exact hotel we're going to on the 27th of December.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Some of these folk are going to be there. Some of these folk, 27 days and your feet in the sand, Patrick. 27 days. That you saw the pool, you saw the beach, that's where we're going to be 27 days from now. Is the price worth it? Guys, 90 days from now, that's when you've got to ask yourself the question. 90 days from now, you'll all be quitting. You'll be doing what Nick was doing. I've spoken to everyone, they all said no. And then you've got to remind yourself, hang on a second, there's 51 million people in South Africa. I only spoke to 13 of them. I better get started again. Because that's part of the prize of what you get for working through the DuePoint system. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It's not rented from us. You don't finance it through us, and we don't give it to you and take it away. It's yours. And our hope is that you are going to use it in this life to create freedom for yourself. Every month, we run what are called Wealth Quests. Here's December's brand new Wealth Quest. They are designed to train you in little steps so that everybody can do it from the ground up to create sustainable and solid foundations in your channels. We then reward everyone who completes the criteria every month with tools we know you need. Some months it's iPads, iPhones, smart TVs last month. This month it's 100 gigs of data, valid for a year, and a 4G Wi-Fi router, which means that not only can you have Wi-Fi on your phone free for the rest of 2018, every one of your friends and family can link in and steal your data too. Okay, this is a fantastic tool for developing your channel. It means you can live stream our presentations. You can do the training we have online. You can have data whenever you need it to build your business at DuePoint. What do you got to do, guys? For December's Wealth Quest, you've got to outshine Santa. What do you got to do? You've got to get 6 people on your first point. You've got a whole month, you're on holiday, you've got free time, no problem. We want you to find 6 people. Put them on your first point, get 2 of them qualified. If you can do that, not only will you have opened up 2 more points in your channel, you'll have added 6 plus 3, 6, 12 more people to your channel, times 55 Rand. That's a lot of money, and for all of that, we're going to give you a year of data and a Wi-Fi router that you can use anywhere in the country. Okay. That's just another little thing on top of everything else that I've explained to you this evening that you can get through the DuePoint system. So wealth engineers, wherever you are around the country, remember, anyone in the country can do this. Go for it. Get the tool. It means your 2018 is organized for data. You don't have to worry 1 minute in 2018 about data. Let's get it happening. Folks, people ask us how we fund this whole business. Well, it runs exactly like it does in the traditional insurance and banking space. We've built the cost of this business into the price of our products. In traditional financial services, what do? We advertise to you. TV, billboards, radio stations, all over, billions we spend on advertising to you, built into the price that you pay every month. Your funeral cover, banking fees, car insurance, you're paying for that marketing. Now, we've done exactly the same thing at DuePoint. The only difference is we don't do any advertising here at all. None at all. We use you to connect people to us, and therefore all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Cheetah billboards is now available to you here at DuePoint. All right. We then come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of 3 products in your channels. Okay, this is what we do. This is not what you do. The first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 299 Rand a month, and it consists of 2 independent products. The first one is a tax-free investment account that's yours. No notice periods, no restriction periods, no penalty fees. We take 100 Rand a month of the 299, and we put it in your account, and it's immediately available to you. You can draw it at any time. That means the cost of this product is actually only 199 Rand. And for that, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover from DuePoint. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 274 Rand a month. For that, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No waiting periods, no maximum age limits, no medical examinations or declarations. Folks, these are not funeral covers. These are not life covers. We don't cover death by natural causes or illness. Why? Because that is contradictory with our primary objective, which, as I said at the beginning of this presentation, is to put income in the hands of South Africans. If we underwrite for illness, half the people you want to put in your business won't be able to come into this business. They'll have pre-existing conditions and waiting periods and this and that. Now everyone in South Africa can be in your business because we cover you for death by accident only. That's what we do here. We don't sell products. You don't sell products. You build income here at DuePoint, and we freed you up with the choice of our products. The third product we have is our WealthPoint Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand a month to be a member, and it gives you access to our entire list of suppliers. Data suppliers, retail stores, grocery stores, car manufacturers, gym instructors, entertainment, food, hotels, all sorts of things where we've negotiated prices and discounts and account managers and all sorts, packages, all sorts for you, that you get access to the whole lot every single month. You can completely change your household expenditure through our WealthPoints Buyers Club. We love that product. It's our non-insurance, non-financial product, and we think it gives you real access into the economy in South Africa. So folks, DuePoint, the decision-making time. Is it a decision about DuePoint or something else? I don't think so. I think it's more a decision about whether you're ready and willing to commit to a new habit. One that will take years from your life, but one that will change your life absolutely, completely into the future. Are you willing to sacrifice time to convert into an income that could give you a completely different future? That's the decision you're making this evening here at DuePoint. This is a tool. You don't have to do anything with it if you don't like. You can chuck it in the bin on the way out and never use it again, or you can use it to lever a different kind of future for you. If you do decide to become a wealth engineer this evening, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, use your phones, your tablets, our iPads outside, go through our free Wi-Fi if you want, DuePoint.net, that's where you go. Click the apply button, fill out the application form. No money having passed from your hands this evening. No starter kit to buy this evening, okay? And immediately you can start building your channel here at DuePoint. If you're serious, get our tools. Order them at info@DuePoint.net or at our information counter outside, but get yourself equipped to start using the month of December to create a different income for you going forward right at the beginning of 2018. You can get the USB stick with our presentations on, backup batteries for your phones that keep dying. I know they keep dying. They happen every night here. Business cards, last chance. Last chance to order business cards this year because the printers will all be closed by the time the next batch goes in, and the next time you're going to be able to get business cards is in February. So tonight is the time. Please put your business card orders through or order them online this evening straight away so we can get them in. Otherwise, you're waiting until February before you'll get the next batch. Okay, and there's all sorts of other bits and pieces. Prices are on the counter over there. Please go and look at them in the glass counter. Get the tools before you leave this evening. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Saying YouTube is expensive is not an excuse at DuePoint because DuePoint is only online. There's no paper applications or anything here. It all happens online. You've got to change your budget to incorporate data into your monthly spend. We help you with our Wealth Points program to get you cheaper data. And of course, the Wealth Quest this month could get you 100 gigs of data. No more data questions the rest of 2018. But we need you subscribed to YouTube because YouTube is how we connect with you and how you connect people to us. If you subscribed, you know when we go live and when we add videos. We want you to download our free app onto your phones and onto your tablets. It connects you into your channel. In real time, you can see what's going on. It's got your tools in there, your training. And guys, I need you to watch the training. If you want to know how to do this business, it is not the same as the things you've done before. This is very different. You need to watch the training to understand how to do this business successfully. Do it on your app. And then, of course, it's got your personal documentation, all your products, etc., are all there at your fingertips 24 hours a day. Once you've loaded up the app, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to click your name in the top left-hand corner. Someone came to me the other night and said, where do I find the thing? Just your name. That's the one thing you remember in the next 5 minutes. Just remember, when you see it, click your name at the top. It brings up your portfolio. You click the picture in the middle, and you take a picture of yourself. If you take a picture of yourself neck and head, that's all we want, neck and head. If you do that, you get 1,000 XP points before you've even walked out the door this evening. You've got 1,000 XP towards ranking up and moving through the ranks to rank 9, 10, 11, and beyond. Okay, do that tonight. Get your 1,000 XP. Folks, you know what to do. Now I'm going to tell you what not to do. There's a code of conduct. I want you to read it this evening. But if you can't remember what's in that code, there's 5 things I want you to remember. Firstly, don't become a wealth engineer if you can't afford it. There are costs involved. Data, we've just discussed it. Transport, you're going to be moving around, connecting people, and other things that come along the way. Don't put yourself in a worse financial position than you already are if you cannot afford to do this business. Folks, do not become a wealth engineer if you don't have internet access. You've got to have internet access to do this business. As I said, we're purely online. And then, folks, do not become a wealth engineer if you do not have easy access to transport. In order to connect people to this business, you're going to be moving. And if you have to rely on someone else to move you, you're not going to be able to succeed in this business. Now, if you've got those things and you want to become a wealth engineer, the number one thing I don't want you doing, the number one, is I don't want you filling out the application form on behalf of somebody else. It is a criminal offense. The application form is your contract with us. In there, you're going to sign off terms and conditions of being a wealth engineer, terms and conditions of products that you purchase, and you're going to sign off giving me authority to raise debit orders against your account. You cannot do that on behalf of somebody else. You cannot give that warranty on behalf of somebody else. Everyone you put in your channel should be the right quality. People who are on fire about changing their futures. People who are entrepreneurial and are willing to put time and energy in. If you're talking to those people, they'll be able to do all of this by themselves. Make sure you get that right. Then, folks, don't put direct family members into your channel. Husbands and wives work under one W number, and if your kids and grannies and aunts are all in the same house as you, they can't be in your channel. If they're outside your house, then they can be in your channel. Talk to your lead wealth engineer, the person who brought you here tonight, if you want more instructions on that, or read your code of conduct. And then, folks, we have set you free from the need to advertise. We set you free from it. No DuePoint Facebook pages. Every morning we find a new one out there. DuePoint in Mpumalanga, DuePoint Gauteng, DuePoint Help Desk. Folks, you cannot do that. You don't understand how many laws you're breaking when you pretend to be DuePoint. You don't have to advertise by creating websites. You don't have to advertise by putting adverts on business forums about us or our products. That's not your task. As a wealth engineer, it's simply engaging and connecting people to DuePoint. You can use your personal Facebook pages, no problem, to do that. But engage with people. Don't advertise. You're free from that burden here at DuePoint. And then, folks, take responsibility for the people you put in your business. DuePoint doesn't look after them. You've got to look after everybody that you put in your business. Don't send them here and hope we'll look after them. We won't. Make sure you're here when you connect somebody to DuePoint. That's the 5 things you've got to remember. Everything else, you know how to do. If you want specific training from us, Rob and I will do personal training with you and your channel. No charge. You book it with Jane, and you gather up your teams, and we will do specific training, making sure your teams know how to do DuePoint and how to succeed here. That's something that you can do. Rob's here until the middle of December. I'm back at the beginning of January. But anytime during the year of 2018, you can come and book Teamworks meetings with us, and we'll do the work with you. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we reached the end of our presentation. I think you can see that we're quite serious about what we're doing here. This is not some startup company. This is not something that's just here today, gone tomorrow. Constantia is 66 years old in 2 months' time. End of January, 66 years old. This is not a new business. You do not need to be worried about losing money in the DuePoint system. We've already fixed that problem. You don't have to be worried that you can be embarrassed about DuePoint in front of your friends. We fixed that too. No selling, no presentations. You don't have to do any of that stuff. It's a decision to be part of the economic solution in South Africa. That's all it is. Will you change your economy? Will we change our economy? That's what we're going to do here with the DuePoint system. And the decision tonight is just to pick up the tool and to create a new habit with us. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask me. Ask the person who brought you here this evening. Everything else is on our website. Everything about DuePoint and Constantia you can find online. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside with those questions of yours. And thanks for all of you who've watched us live this evening.